What's going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. And today I got one for Cowboy Bebop, which dropped on Netflix last week. This week. I don't know. I typically never know when my video is going up, so just know it's the live action Cowboy Bebop based on the popular anime series. Which you all know I'm a huge fan of anime, so I had to check out the series. And this is actually one of the series that I was looking forward to because live action anime have get like a terrible rap. Okay, just an absolutely terrible rap. Even though it's not necessarily an anime, the Avatar: The Last Airbender was garbage, and then you had Dragon Ball Evolution, garbage. A lot of people, Death Note was garbage. Then a lot of the ones that Netflix buys from overseas, people don't like, and they think those are made by Netflix. So of course, like Ghost in the Shell, it's just so many that people just honestly just think are bad. So I saw the people who was involved in this, and I saw the cast and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna like this. This seems like, I like John Cho. You know what I'm saying? Mustafa Shakur. I'm like, okay. I didn't know I think Daniela, the young lady that plays Faye Valentine. I didn't really know her too much. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, let me give her a chance and see what this is gonna be by. Of course, they're gonna change the story around. That's just how we have to do things. Everything. I don't want to see a straight up carbon copy of the anime in live action. Okay, do some stuff different. Bring in new fans. Bring in a new audience and all that. And do I think that the show succeeded in that? You're damn right I do. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Now, is this perfect? Hell no. Hell no. Not gonna say that at all. But what I will say is that the show gets better, gets much better as it goes. Okay, the first thing I think I thought was going to be probably my biggest issue with this was just the look. You know what I'm saying? The aesthetic and stuff. Like, so of course they released all the promotional materials and that looked cool. But I'm just like, okay, this is how the show's gonna be? And some people were telling me like, nah, that's not how the show's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. Come to find out, nope, that's the exact tone that they use. But I think the tone like kind of like died down, and they pulled the over the top in his back a little bit once the show progressed a little bit, because that's one of the things about anime is like wildly over the top. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, it's gonna go over the top with his characters, and like they're gonna take like stereotypes, push them, you know what I'm saying, to the max. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what this show was doing. It starts off pretty cool. You got the good gun. You got the they're looking for a bounty, and the Spike and Jet, and they're pretty much, you know, trying to get the bounty, and things go to shit. Shootouts start happening, but the thing about the tone that you have to get used to is that this kind of played more like a Japanese film rather than an American TV show. Okay, and I think that's definitely going to turn certain audiences off. I've watched a couple Japanese films, you know what I'm saying, so I kind of like see how things are right now, and so I think they were trying to like honor that in the show, but I think they would have been better off just, you know what I'm saying, straight up, kind of like serious tone with this, because Cowboy Bebop, while a lot of anime are over the top, Cowboy Bebop was one of those one that kind of like dialed it back a bit and dialed it back enough, you know what I'm saying, to like, it's one of those ones you can ease somebody in. Like it's a great breaker anime. You know what I'm saying? You let somebody watch it, and they can kind of like get into it without having to like jump into like all the crazy wild antics that animes have. So I'm watching this and I'm just like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of shaky on it, and I'm watching. I'm like, ugh. I think they might have failed a little bit, but then the show keeps going, and like we start to learn more stuff about the characters. We start to see their relationships build, because like Jet has a daughter in here. I don't, and that's one of the things I don't quite remember the first one. I mean the anime. I watched it as a kid, and I watched it again. I think when I was about 19, 20. So it's like what, 8 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. So I didn't like vividly remember what happened in the show. So I'm like, okay, so this is kind of gonna feel like something new for me as well. So when I'm watching it, when I'm when I'm watching it, and things are just going in, and I'm just like, okay, I don't remember if Jet had a daughter. But I was recently like trying to rewatch the anime before then the show came out, and I would see like, I was trying to rewatch the show, but before like I ended up watching like the live action. So I only got like 10 episodes in though. You know what I'm saying? But that was cool because I'm like, okay, I actually have the show came off better to me now than it did when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was building a greater appreciation for it. But I was just like, at the same time, I probably shouldn't have did that because I'm not, in my mind I'm starting to compare things, you know, like, which obviously is going to happen because you have the animated live action. The two are going to be compared. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural instincts. You know what I'm saying? To just compare the two. So with this though, I kind of feel like they did some stuff different, but for the story, I think it worked. Okay, like the whole Spike being with a part of the syndicate and him keeping that away from Jet. I don't necessarily remember if that's in the anime, which is not a problem because like, hey, cool. If I don't remember that, it doesn't bother me at all. I just like the direction it's going. The stuff with Julia, like that. The Spike and a vicious relationship, that's all good. All of that came out very well to me. Yeah. Now I didn't like Vicious' character at first. To me, he felt too cheesy, too corny. You know what I'm saying? Like his name's Vicious, but you didn't ever really feel that until we got to, I think around like episode 6. From like episode, I don't know. I think about halfway through just the series in general, I think it picked up like exponentially. Everything just got better. The episodes got better. I feel like the script got better. Like it just hit like a turn that I really enjoyed. You know, and I thought it was fantastic. Now the young lady who plays Faye, Faye always in anime had this like sex appeal. She doesn't really necessarily give me that. She just kind of had this like over the top thing about her, and also the storyline with her losing her memory. I actually was like pretty fond of that because like, hey, you give her something to do. You actually gave all of these people something to do, and I know one of the things that I don't think the anime did well was like incorporate her into the group on the Bebop. And this one it feels more organic, you know, because in the anime, it's like she end up just staying with them, and you're just like, okay, why is she with them still? But in this, you kind of see why she ends up staying with them. You know, she really had nowhere to go. She doesn't know who she is, but she never actually tells them that. So I was liking that. This one didn't incorporate Iron that much. He was in there a little bit, and you use him with like the mad clown, psychotic killer, unkillable guy, and Ed doesn't show up till like the very end of the show, which kind of leaves like, okay, there's possibly a season 2. And I'm not gonna lie, just based off how things ended, I want to see a season 2. And that's one of my, but that also leads to like one of my issues. It's the stuff with Julia. I like changes in characters, but I don't like them to be like that. I kind of like it. I like progression. You know, I don't feel like Julia's character really had a progression to where she was running a syndicate because one, she wanted to leave. Like she didn't want no part of that life. Then she got in it, and it still seemed like she was trying to get away from it. Never seemed like, hey, it's her ambition to take it over. Because she literally was about to give it all up to Mao if she killed Vicious. Like, well, you don't 2%, hell with 2%. I'm gonna give it to you all, and then she was gonna leave. So I was just like, okay. And then she got mad at Spike because Spike didn't ever come see her when Vicious had told Spike that he chose her. She's like, well, you shouldn't have believed him. Like, you left him for me, so I don't know what you necessarily gonna do. You might have had to change your heart. So that stuff right there, I don't know. And I really like. I thought Jet was great. I really thought Mustafa Shakur was great as Jet. I I think he probably was the best cast person in this thing because like he definitely came out the same way Jet does in anime. Now don't get me wrong, John Cho was great at Spike, but there was times I just kind of felt like he was trying too hard to be cool, and I felt like Spike in anime is just like natural. He just has it, and I don't feel like John Cho really gave me that. You know, I felt like he was trying to be cool rather than just being cool. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that was definitely an issue. Um, I like the some of the fights are well choreographed. One scene that I absolutely love is when Jets, the syndicates after, I think it's the syndicate. I think the syndicates after Spike and Jet. No, it's not the syndicate. It's the arms dealer when he's after Spike and Jet, and Jet is in the little restaurant or whatever, and he's watching Kimmy a little play musical, and Spike's outside fighting a whole bunch of people. Okay, and Jet honestly doesn't even know what's going on. I love that scene so much. Can't lie, like I think if you don't like it from the beginning, I say give it a little while and then see if you like it. You know what I'm saying, after a couple of episodes, because I think it, like I said, I think it progressively gets better. I think everybody, I don't know what it is. I think everybody pretty much finds their footing, and as a viewer, you pretty much get used to like the tone and like that over the top crazy kookiness. You know, that sometimes overwhelmingly cheesy stuff. And once you get past that, and once you, because I think that's one of the things, most people are going to be used to how this thing is presented. It's presented in a way that I think honors Japanese filmmaking and TV shows. Okay, so I think you have to get used to that. And once you're used to that, and you understand that that's the type of show that you're in, that's the tone, that's the stuff you're gonna see. Now, if you don't like that, then you just won't like the show. You know what I'm saying? That just, you know what I'm saying, which is perfectly fine. But I think once you finally get used to those things, you gonna roll with this show, and I think you gonna get something out of it. And and like soundtrack, love that. The characters are great. Okay, they're great. They started kind of shaky and became great by the end of this thing. And you're gonna definitely feel those stakes. You're gonna feel those moments. You're gonna feel that weight. You're gonna feel that relationship between Vicious and Spike, because it's like, damn, Spike, you did kind of go behind your brother back. You know, Vicious was kind of crazy. No, Vicious was crazy. You know, but that damn Spike, you still kind of played him with his old lady. That ain't cool. That's supposed to be your brother. You don't do your brother like that. So you kind of see where Vicious coming from, but at the same time, Vicious, sit your ass down, bro. Like, so everything just kind of like moves in a way that what you understand. And like I said, I still like the face stuff. Her pretty much bailing their asses out. Jet forgiving Spike, because I kind of feel like Jet realized, like, okay, I could say the hell with Spike, but I do think I've always been through together that he's no longer that person that he used to be. You know, so yeah, I was wildly entertained, and I really, really, really got into it towards like those last. Well, I don't even say the last. I'm gonna say that second half of the show. I think it just elevated itself, and that's what's gonna really bring fans in or bring people back one more. And I hope we do get a season two. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as like anime adaptations, this is a good one. It's no Rurouni Kenshin, because I think that's like some of the just best films in general I've seen. But like this was good. This was a good start for like anime fans to get onto, and I hope like it reaches the masses and stuff like that, because Cowboy Bebop is popular, but at the same time I don't think it's at the height that what I'm saying. Uh, uh, that's gonna bring a lot of people in. So hopefully people discover the show and then maybe discover more anime, get more anime fans rolling around. Because there's been a lot more since the pandemic and everything. More people like gave anime a chance and come to love it now. People have surpassed me and how many animes they watch now, which is great. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we get some. Hopefully we get some a season two. I'm waiting on an announcement, but even if we don't, I liked it where this went. Only there was also another thing I technically didn't like. It was when Spike constant, like, they didn't sell the injuries enough to me. Like, Spike got shot and stabbed in the exact same shoulder. Well, he got shot in the back of it, and then he got stabbed through the front of it by Vicious, and then he got knocked shot out the building, and he fell into some water again, which what I'm saying, he just two times, But when he walked up on Jet, his clothes wasn't wet. It just like a small detail, but I'm just like, I noticed stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? His clothes should have been wet and everything. And like, what I don't know what Jet was waiting on right there if he wasn't going. You know, I guess he was just waiting to tell him like, hey man, I see you again. I'm gonna kill you. But yeah, we got Ed and Iron back, so maybe the Bebop crew will be back together. Also, we got to still see what Faye gonna learn about her past life. So it's just and hell, uh, what's her name is the leader of the syndicate now. Julie is the leader of the syndicate. There's a lot of story left that they can tell. So I'm hoping they do that. You guys let me know what y'all thought about Cowboy Bebop, the live action series down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.